Do not sacrifice for your success. Do not sacrifice who you are in Christ in order to obtain what the world perceives as success. Now, look, this absolutely doesn't mean that you have to succumb to, well, I'm just going to live the way I'm living, and I'm never going to have things or a good savings account or put my kid through college or whatever your goals are, your financial goals. It doesn't mean that. It means that in your core, if you are a woman of God, if you are a believer in Christ, that's what people need to see, and that's what should come out of you when you're around people. Look, it doesn't mean you go out and you preach a sermon when you're at a networking event or professional function, but it means that people should see the light in you at all costs. And what that means is that when darkness comes in, and that darkness could come in through maybe you're in a professional setting and people are starting to talk about their weekend and there's some activities that they do that you want no part of. Well, sometimes it means that you need to leave. If the conversation starts to turn and you feel like that's just, you're not comfortable, maybe they're using a lot of profanity, whatever the case is, you might just need to politely excuse yourself and go network with another group of people. Or it could mean that you're in a situation where you're recapping your weekend and you attended a great event at your church, and you find yourself trying to find the words to explain what you did without saying church or Christ or God. You don't need to do that. You shouldn't do that. Because here's the deal. People are attracted to light. And even though you may have people who will treat you badly because of who you are in Christ in the workplace, in professional settings, sometimes those very same people, when they have a true need, will come and seek you out because they know that you, because of your relationship, because of your walk, you have a connection with the Lord. I once had a situation where I was in a professional setting, and there was someone who I could tell she wasn't really a Christian, wasn't professing, didn't seem to have too much to do with the Lord, church, any of that. Was almost averse to it, to be honest. It would come out in certain conversations. And I'll tell you what, after a few years of working with this person, there was someone in this person's life who became very ill, gravely ill, who was very close to this person. And they actually reached out to me and asked me to pray. And you know what I did? I dropped everything and I prayed. And I let her know that I was praying. And I kept praying. And, in this situation, the Lord did choose to heal that loved one for that person. But I believe to my core that because they were able to see my walk at work, they knew that I was someone that they could trust and rely on to pray for their loved one in that situation. And that's what we want, because I don't know what seeds are planted. I don't know what the Lord is doing while I'm just, giving updates, and I'm continuing to pray, and I'm asking, and I'm trying to love on the person and show the light of Christ in me, right? I don't know what the Lord is doing on the other side. So it's very important to be yourself when you're in those settings and you feel like a fish out of water. But guess what? We are fish out of water, right? We're here, we're in the world, we're not of the world, and we need to represent Christ in all things that we do. All right, so go out today, represent the Lord, and be blessed.